All right, in honor of Chinese New Year, or the Lunar New Year, depending on what you call it, we are going to draw an ox today. Now, Lunar New Year is celebrated on February 12th, 2021. And this year is the year of the ox. The ox is known to be honest, dependable, strong, determined, patient, and hardworking. They're also known to be stubborn. So we are going to go ahead and start drawing. We're going to start with the body here. We're going to draw kind of like a bean shape, and it's going to be a little taller on this side because the chest is a little bit taller or bigger around than the back end. So we're going to go ahead and draw that bean shape. Come back up. Nice and round. Okay. Now we're going to come over here for the head. And you're going to want to work with pencil too. There's a lot of erasing. So for the head, we're going to come just off the body here. And we're going to start with sort of like a backward C shape. But then we're going to bring it over further than that, that top part, sorry. And then we're going to want to add another little bump over here to the other side, and it's going to come straight down. Then we're going to add that snout. So that's going to come down and kind of around. Okay, now we want to extend this up, and we are going to add the muzzle, so like this pointy, the end of the nose area. So we've got like this one, comes down, comes back up, and then it comes in a little and it comes back out. It sort of looks like a bear head, a teddy bear head. And then we will bring this jawline up and down to make the mouth. And then for the nostrils, we've got these teardrop or raindrop shapes that come up and out from that, from the bottom pointing towards those corners. Okay, now the eyes, we're going to add one eye over here, and cow eyes are pretty big, so we want to go big with this. We're going to make a big U over here, and then I'm going to add some kind of like eyebrows, doubled, so two, or an eyelid rather, and I'm going to make my cow sort of looking forward, or my ox looking forward. I'm going to straighten, pull this out a little. It looks a little crooked to me. And pull this side out a little bit too. Sort of feel like the bottom of it went a little crooked. And you'll start to notice as you get into your drawing when that happens. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the neck on now. I'm going to bring it down and over. I'm going to go ahead and add those ears. One ear. And I'm going to erase these lines that crossed over. And I'm going to put them inside in, but I'm going to go a little lower because I want it to look like it's sort of hooded more. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that other ear in. And then we are going to go ahead and put the horns in. Now the horn is going to come from here, and it's going to come up and curl up. And then it's going to be sort of rounded at the top. It's not going to be really pointy. Okay? And then you're going to want to erase that line too. And same thing over here. We're going to come up from by the ear, come around, try to make this as symmetrical as possible. Okay. This is a little bit wider at the bend. There we go. I'm going to erase this line here at the body. For the jawline of the of our ox. You can either delete it or you can erase it or you can keep it. That's up to you. I'm going to keep it for now. And I'm going to move on to the back, or the legs rather. So I'm going to start with this front leg, and I'm going to go ahead and put that muscle in. So it starts off really wide because I've got, you know, pretty big muscles. And we're going to hit that knee, and it's going to come in a bit, and it's going to flare out just a teeny bit. And we're going to bring it down. And then there's going to be the hoof. So it kind of curves, comes straight, and then the bottom is rounded. Okay, we'll erase this crossover line. For this back leg, we're going to come straight down. We're going to add this big muscle, big thigh muscle here, and then it comes back, and then it comes forward, and then sort of forward again a little, and then flat, and then again we have this hoof. Okay, we're going to have another leg over here. Add that hoof. It's going to be a little shorter. Erase this crossover line. Okay, now for this front one, I'm going to have it sort of marching or walking. So I'm going to bring it wider up at the top to that knee. And then I'm going to have it come down. I want this under one to be a little shorter because that's going to come in and then back. Cap it off, come out at an angle, and then add that curve for that hoof. Alright, now for the tail. Oxtails are pretty thick, so we're going to go ahead and add that tail, and then the tip of it has that paintbrush like look to it. So we're going to go ahead and add that, and you can add some little wisps to it to make it look like it's furry. And then, you know, I always like to add that horizon line so that my animal or person or figure or whatever doesn't look like it's floating. So now my ox looks like it's standing. And you could add any other details you want. You know, if you wanted to add those like little flowers, like Ferdinand, you could. If you wanted to add a little flower up here, you could. And you would add your colors as well. So oxen, that's when you have more than one. They're not called oxes, they're called oxen. Oxen typically are like a light tan color. They're like the color of a light brown cow, and then they have like a lighter nose and darker hooves. So go ahead and add your color. All right, my friends, have a great weekend.